Jack Adamson, check it out, because looky here, man. If you guys haven't been keeping up with the campaign, like for president and stuff like that, people are battling back and forth the debates, that's a new reality show. If you're watching like fucking Love and Hip Hop, you're slacking, okay? You want some entertainment, some true entertainment with real fights, real slaps, and real unadulterated coonery? You gotta be watching this presidential race, alright? Now, basically, Donald Trump and his, I'm going to call his followers trumpets. And by the way, no disrespect to his followers. Some are really good, decent people. But of course, some are definitely savages, all right? If you haven't noticed, on the campaign trail for Donald Trump, we have some of his followers who are basically flat out savages. I mean, listen, if you interrupt Donald Trump on your way out, you're going to get a two-piece, a stomp, a fucking people's elbow, a choke slam. You might get a fucking DDT. And afterwards, they'll do an interview about how they whipped your ass. In one case, we saw a dude heading out of the building. He got two-piece, and then the dude hopped on camera who did it, which was an old-ass man. And he said, listen, next time we might have to turn him into a pack, okay? We might have to kill him because we don't know who he is. He could be a fucking terrorist coming up in this bitch, okay? We ain't got time for that. Now, after we've been seeing so many images of that on the media, people are saying, damn, Donald Trump people, or the people who follow Donald Trump, some of them are savages. But I knew it would take a Chiraq savage to put this all in perspective, because somehow Donald Trump said he was bringing his campaign to Chicago. And of course he was met by the Chiraq savages along with peaceful protesters, and the shit ain't turned out too well because they canceled the motherfucking thing. They didn't have it because the savages and the protesters showed up in mass numbers. Basically, they showed up to let Donald Trump know, ain't no fucking way you gonna out-savage the savages in Chiraq, alright? Pretty much you would have a better chance going having your fucking rally at the ISIS headquarters or even at the capital of Mexico. Definitely not Chiraq, they weren't with it. Let me keep it real about Donald Trump, okay? At least my personal opinions. I mean, listen, man, I treat him like every other candidate. To be honest, they're blowing smoke up our asses, all right? In reality, none of these dudes could get in and do nothing. I mean, politics is all about getting a lot of nothing done. We're so divided on class. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. We're so divided on race, racial inequalities, and also racial divide is at such a big margin. We haven't seen this in decades. We're divided in every facet of our fucking life, and trust me, a president is just not going to help because it's really coming and emanating from the people. So having a figurehead is cool, but unless you're going to probably do a President Obama and probably sign in a bunch of executive actions, you're probably not going to get shit done. So in reality, the presidency really doesn't matter because whoever gets in there is going to be doing a bunch of apologizing and making excuses of why they can't get shit done, because in reality, people can't get along. So that's the reason why I see Donald Trump as someone who is a very polar figure. But in reality, man, listen, it doesn't matter who gets elected. Ain't shit gonna be done. Okay? Now, this is the thing with Donald Trump and the whole violence at his rallies. I mean, he kind of caused it because the type of shit he was spewing at the beginning, and I could say to his credit, he's definitely chilled off of it. He's not advocating oh, these people from Mexico or blah, blah, or let's stop the Muslims and we need to ban Muslims. But he kind of chilled out on that for a little bit. But it's too late. People are realizing that he's getting closer to the White House, and they're realizing that actually trolling on social media will not work. They need to show the fuck up and start protesting, and even if they get kicked out, they want the message to be clear that they're not fucking with Donald Trump. And because of that, he has to accept it, right? I don't want this shit to be getting violent. To me, I can tell y'all right now, I ain't gonna be at none of his rallies. I'm gonna be home. When it comes time to vote, I'll exercise my power to vote, and I'll pick whoever I feel should be the best candidate. Not only for myself, well, actually for myself first, and then the United States of America. But hey, what do you guys think, man? Listen, they tried to go to Chiraq, out-savage the savages, and of course that did not work. Chiraq never disappoints, okay? Gonna call Mox, you guys like, definitely subscribe. It's your boy, Akademiks. I'm out.